Hello everyone. I wanted to place this trigger warning in front of all of my videos for this series because it has to do with teen suicide and the attempt of suicide in general. If this is something that is triggering to you, please enjoy one of my other series. This one can get pretty heavy due to the content. So I do want you guys to be aware of that. I also want you guys to know that you are loved, you are enough, and you matter. If you are ever feeling that way, in a suicidal way or depressed or something like that, please get out there and get help. It's not about pride. To just put that, you've got to put that away. If you are having a rough time, talk to somebody, talk to family, talk to a friend, talk to just a random stranger at the bus stop or something. You know, sometimes it's easier to get off your chest what you're feeling with someone you don't even know compared to someone that's family or friends, just because you don't have to worry about how they're going to think about you or anything like that. You gotta get those feelings out. I've got a couple of numbers here for those that may feel the way that they might be feeling. The purpose of this entire series is to bring awareness to teen suicide and suicide in general. So I do want to give you guys a couple of numbers. The first one, it's pretty simple. It's only 3 numbers. Call 988. If you feel that your needs won't be met from a regular hotline because you might be a member of the LGBTQ plus community, another number that you can call is 866-488-7386. Stay safe, love each other, and help those in need. The world is better with you in it. Thank you. Now enjoy the episode. Welcome back, everyone. Today we'll be getting into Chapter 12. So let's get into it. Chapter 12. Alicia went home yesterday. One of the nursing techs from Carter, I didn't know which one, had on her best perky voice as she answered my questions. No forwarding number for her, and Hank's gone to the movies with the gang. The gang. I used to be part of the gang. I told the tech that, but she only sighed. I think it's time to move on, Jersey. Get on with your real life. But I'll tell Hank you called. Bye now. The phone gave a loud noise in my ear a few seconds later, reminding me to hang up. I put it on my bedside table. Then I went back to algebra. Algebra and more algebra until my eyes crossed. It didn't take long. 2x plus 6 equals 12. 2x. I sighed and rocked back on my bed. X, Y, X, Y. When I closed my eyes, I saw X's and Y's. X, X, X. It's 8, JB said. That's the answer. I leaned down and scribbled 8. Probably wrong, but I had no idea. Resource algebra sucked, but not as bad as regular algebra. I'd been switched into resource after 2 days. It was better, but yeah, it still sucked. English sucked too. But in English, X's and Y's were just letters, not pretend numbers. In between trying to call Hank and Alicia, who went home, and the gang I wasn't part of anymore, I'd been working on pretend numbers since I got home. At least I hadn't peed on myself or gotten peed on at school. A whole 4 days with no pee. And Lisa was talking to me, which was good, because I couldn't stand it when she didn't. And the cheerleaders were talking to me too. No peanut choking. No hoochie mamas. But Todd's girlfriend took off every time she saw me coming. Couldn't blame her. I was Big Larry plus 2x equals 12 to her. Big Larry, with his fly unzipped and his underwear hanging out and pee on his jeans. Big Larry with Todd's fist in his face. I got a 65 on a civics quiz and a 48 on the earth science test we got back. X, I sighed. Big Larry. Dumbass, said JB. Dumbass. X, Big Larry. I didn't want to be talking to him, but it was Friday night and Lisa was out on a date. Mama Rush was out on a date. My parents were watching a pro football game on tape, so I came upstairs a while ago. I didn't like football games anymore. Watching them made me sad. Saturday, I was supposed to tell Mama Rush if I did something awful and felt guilty. Tomorrow, I was pretty sure I did bad stuff, but I didn't know what. JB laughed. You probably did lots of awful stuff. Not me. You, Big Larry. You should feel guilty. I bet you broke Alana Arroyo's heart. Did not. Don't even know if I went out with her much, or how long. I looked back at my math paper. 2x plus 6 equals 12. X equals 8. 8 didn't look right, dumbass. You probably went out with her a long time. Maybe you made her do bad stuff. Maybe you stole her from Todd and got her pregnant, and that's why Todd... Shut up! You made her cry. You make everybody cry. 8's right. Leave 8. 8! The sound of raised voices made me look at the door. Was it the television? No. Mom and Dad arguing again. Big Larry. I closed my algebra book. Did I do homework on the weekends before I got my stupid marks? Probably not. JB laughed again. Definitely not. You weren't home on the weekends. You had hearts to break. X. I didn't break any hearts. I shoved the algebra book off the bed. It landed on the football rug next to earth science and English, and my hand and foot braces and my memory book. Hatch, Jersey, on the floor. Dumbass! My parents, or one of them, Dad, was stomping up the steps, still yelling a lot. I couldn't tell what the words were, but they were mad words. Mom was still yelling too, but she was downstairs, so she didn't sound so loud. Football games, too many tackles. They hate each other now. That's why Mom stays gone most of the time. It's your fault. They liked each other before you pulled the trigger. Couldn't help looking toward the sound of JB's not yet voice. You pulled the trigger. He didn't answer. He wasn't there. JB wasn't ever there. Not when I really looked. X, Y, dumbass multiplied. I squinted at the darkest corner, down into the shadows. Maybe he'd be there if I looked harder. The bedroom door opened. I jumped. Dumbass! Oh, geez. Sorry, Dad. Right. Dad shrugged. He looked all white and sad in the double light of my room and the hallway. Sorry about the noise. He rubbed his hands together. Don't let it bother you, okay? We'll work it out. Weird. He was looking at JB's dark corner, too. Don't say dumbass again. Sure, I said. Dumbass, frog farts, hoochie mamas. If I'd called Mom a dumbass, she would have killed me. Or slapped me. Something. Dad's eyes slid from JB's hiding place to the books on my floor. You're studying on a Friday night? Yeah. I need to keep up. Focus. Try harder. You know? This made him look a little happier. Then the back door slammed, a car started, and he looked sad all over again. Sorry. Dumbass. I mean, the fight. You fighting. It's my fault. I'm such a big Larry. Sorry. Dad rubbed his hands together again, but this time he didn't stop. I don't know what you're talking about, son. Your mother and I disagree over a lot of things. Tonight, it was the television. It wasn't you. It was hard to make my mouth work, harder to swallow. I wanted him to leave so I could talk to JB because JB was way easier to talk to than Dad. 2x plus 6 equals JB. Besides, Dad was lying. It's always about me. I did something awful. Are you still on that? Honest to God, Jersey, you need to leave the past alone. Rub, rub, rub went his hands. You used to get so stuck on things, so obsessed with doing them your way. Don't be like that now. Don't be like, before. Before I pulled the trigger? Dumbass, dumbass. Dad's hands froze. My brain didn't. I pulled the trigger. I shot myself. Shot myself with his gun. What was wrong with me? Pragmatics. His gun. A weird taste in my mouth, oil and dust. I could feel cold gunmetal on my lips. Then again, at the stupid mark on the side of my head. Digging. Digging in. I clenched my teeth hard. Frog farts. Frog farts. Frog farts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. His gun. His gun. Not fair. Not his fault. Big Larry. Selfish. Be quiet. Focus. Try harder. Be quiet. Dad looked at the football rug instead of me. Yeah, before you pulled the trigger, you probably made some people mad, got stressed out, but I don't think you ever did anything awful. Let it be. And the fight tonight wasn't your fault. He sniffed and shut the door, but before I could say anything else, the floor creaked as he walked away toward his bedroom. For a long time I just sat there. My hands made fists. My brain made me open my fingers. Fist, fingers, fist, fingers. JB wasn't talking. Dumbass. He only talked when I didn't want to hear him. X, 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 Y. Fist, fingers. Had I been selfish with Dad, asking him my question, making him talk to me? I had probably been selfish. Frog farts. 1 fist. 2 fist. 2x plus 6 equals fists. Should apologize for being stupid. My words sounded flat in the room. JB still didn't answer. Just go down the hall and say, I'm sorry for being weird. I'm good at sorry. Fist, fingers, frog farts. After a minute or two of breathing, I got up, tripped on my books and braces, sat back down. Graceful. JB sounded mean and a little sad. Now you start talking? I kicked my algebra book on the top of my earth science book. Dumbass. This time, when I stood up, I stayed up. Graceful. This is a bad idea. You should leave him alone. He doesn't want to talk to you. I'm going to say sorry. Then I'll leave him alone. Just put your braces on and go to bed. JB sounded even sadder. It creeped me out. In a second. Graceful. X and Y. I headed for my bedroom door before he could talk me out of it. He didn't call after me as I stumbled into the hall and made the floor creak. Then the house sounded so quiet, I stopped moving. Like I shouldn't make any more noise or something. Like I'd bother Mom, but Mom was on her way to work or whatever. Mom went when she got mad. Graceful. I wasn't bothering anybody. Not yet. X, Y, 2X. I started walking again toward Mom and Dad's room. When I got closer, I heard crunching and clunking and rustling, kind of like a mouse. A big mouse. Dad mouse, maybe. When I got to his door, it was open. The bedside lamp was on, and in the bathroom, a little light. I figured Dad was in the big walk-in closet Mom called the storage shed. Except it wasn't really a shed. It had lots of Mom clothes and Dad clothes and lots of shoes and bags and suitcases and boxes. Around the top, it had more shelves with more boxes. Tax boxes, picture boxes, keepsake boxes. Something Mom called whatnot boxes. Some had labels, lots didn't. 2X plus boxes equals junk. Graceful. Dad was in the storage shed. In the junk. X, Y, When I walked up, he had a shoebox open, looking at something I couldn't see. Whatever was in that brown box, he was touching it over and over, like it was a kitten or something alive. Dad? He slammed down the box lid. Sorry. I rubbed my hands together like he'd been doing in my room. My bad hand felt numb and cold and clumsy. I mean, about scaring you, yes, but sorry for before. As I got closer, Dad moved the shoebox away from me. You don't have anything to apologize for. I told you, the fight wasn't your fault. That again. Did he think I was stupid? Graceful dumbass. I quit rubbing and made fists by accident. Let them go. Fist, fingers, breathe. 1, 2, 3. Fist, fingers, breathe. Coughing and blinking, Dad stuffed the brown box back on a shelf over his head. When he turned around again, I was ready. I'm sorry about my questions, I said, really fast before I could get stuck on algebra problems or call him a name. I'm sorry for getting stuck on questions and stupid stuff. Can't help that. I understand. Dad rubbed the top of his legs like he was drying off his pants. Then he patted my arm. No. Fist, fingers, breathe. Fist, fingers, breathe. I could do better. I can do better. When I'm slow. I mean, when I slow down. When I focus. Fist, fingers. And pay attention like I learned at Carter. Fair enough. He stepped forward and steered me out of the junk box storage shed closet. So, I'm sorry. Fist, fingers, breathe. I was doing it. Focusing. Trying harder. Making sense when it mattered. Why wasn't Mom here for this? She might get unmad at least a little. Okay. Dad stopped, put his hands on my shoulders, and turned me to face him. His eyes were red. Yes and no. I don't want you to have to worry about how you act around here. I want you to be able to relax at home. Do you understand? Yeah? I blinked. I didn't understand, not really, but sort of. Kind of. Dad squeezed my shoulders. Talk however it comes out. Just talk to me more. Tell me what's going on. This is where you live. I should be a supportive place, a peaceful, no-stress place. Here? I almost laughed, but fist fingers breathed and thought about hoochie mamas and frog farts, and 2x plus 6 equals 12 equals 8, but 8 still didn't look right, even in my head. Here with JB and Mom and the wrong-colored bedspread and the football rug I had rolled up and all the downstairs pictures of ghosts. Here, me, relax. Fist, fingers. 2x, 2x, 2x. Relax, popped out of my mouth. Dad smiled. Yeah, so don't worry so much. Say what you want. Ask what you want. But Mom doesn't relax. I bit my lip, took a breath, slowed down. I mean, she doesn't like it when I ask, when I stupid talk, Big Larry. She'll come around. Just give her a little more time, Jersey. Another squeeze to my shoulders. Another smile. Dad looked like he really believed that. I couldn't get mad at him when he really believed it, could I? Mama Rush would have gotten mad at me. Graceful. But I wasn't Mama Rush. No robes, no cigarettes, so I didn't get mad. A guy peed on me at school, dumbass. I bit my lip again, stopped the next 5 or 6 stupid words. I have to eat peanuts with cheerleaders, and I don't want a babysitter anymore. No funeral wench, please. Dad let go of my shoulders. Looked like he was trying to sew up a rip in his brain. A couple of times he opened his mouth, but shut it again and scratched his head where he would have gotten a stupid mark if he'd shot himself like I did. But Dad wouldn't shoot himself. He'd never pull the trigger. Graceful dumbass. All of a sudden, his face got all shiny. Winchell. Winchell in the black dresses? You don't want her to escort you anymore? No. I let out a great big breath. I mean, yes. No winch. No more. Even though some guy peed on you? He got hold of my shoulder again, but only one hand this time. Yes, even with pee. No winch. I smiled. Half my mouth anyway. Good enough. Dad smiled back. I'll call the school and see what I can do. Now I'm hungry all over again. Come on downstairs and let's heat up a pizza. I nodded. Pizza wench. My stomach actually growled. Never mind pot roast only a couple of hours ago. With a wider grin, Dad put his arm around my shoulders. As we half walked, half lurched down the hall together, he said, So you're eating lunch with Lisa Rush and the cheerleaders? I'd eat peanuts too. Can't dribble those on your shirt. That's it for this week. We'll see you guys next week with Chapter 13.